You wake up every morning and reach for the same drink you've had for 30 years. It feels healthy. It feels safe. Your doctor never told you to stop. Your friends drink it too. But here's what almost nobody is telling seniors right now. That one trusted drink, the one sitting on your kitchen counter right now, may be quietly putting more strain on your kidneys than almost anything else in your diet. And the most dangerous part? It feels completely harmless because it always has. Today I'm going to show you exactly which drink I'm talking about, why it's become a hidden threat specifically for people over 60, and 3 simple, inexpensive remedies you can start using this week to protect your kidney health, support your energy, and help your body filter out waste the way it was always designed to do. Stick with me to the end because what I share in the final section surprises almost every one of my patients. I'm Dr. Elena Kerr, and in nearly 30 years of working with older adults, I have seen one pattern repeat itself more times than I can count. A patient comes in feeling tired, a little swollen around the ankles. Maybe their urine has changed color slightly, or they just feel that low-level, hard-to-describe heaviness that they've been brushing off for months. We run the numbers, and quietly, without any dramatic symptoms, their kidneys are struggling. Not failing, not diseased, just struggling. And nobody ever connected it to something they were drinking every single day. The drink I'm referring to is commercial fruit juice, bottled, carton, even the ones labeled 100% natural and no added sugar. And I want to be very clear with you. I'm not here to frighten you. I'm here to help you understand what's actually happening inside your body so you can make 1 or 2 small changes that genuinely protect your long-term health and independence. Because you deserve to feel well. You deserve to keep doing everything you love, the gardening, the grandchildren, the morning walks. So grab a pen and paper because you are definitely going to want to write this down. Let me explain first why commercial fruit juice specifically becomes a problem after 60. And it comes down to one word that my patients always underestimate: fructose. When fruit juice is processed and bottled, even without adding extra sugar, the natural fiber of the fruit is stripped away entirely. What remains is a concentrated liquid loaded with fructose, which is fruit sugar in its free form. Now, when you eat a whole orange, the fiber slows down how fast that sugar enters your bloodstream. Your body has time to process it gently. But when you drink a glass of orange juice, that same sugar hits your system in under 15 minutes with nothing to slow it down. Think of it like the difference between water flowing through a garden hose slowly and steadily versus someone suddenly turning the pressure to full blast. Your kidneys are the filter in that system. And at full blast, every single morning, over months and years, that excess fructose triggers a process called uric acid buildup. Uric acid is a waste product, and when there's too much of it, your kidneys have to work overtime to flush it out. Research shows that high fructose intake is now directly linked to reduced kidney filtration rates in adults over 65. And the effect is significantly stronger in older adults than in younger people because our kidneys naturally lose about 1% of their filtering capacity every year after the age of 40. So by the time you're 65 or 70, your kidneys are already working at a reduced level compared to 30 years ago. That daily glass of juice isn't a small thing anymore. It's a daily load on a system that has already quietly been asked to do more with less. The first remedy, and this one is so simple it almost seems too easy, is plain warm water with a half a freshly squeezed lemon, taken first thing in the morning before anything else. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've heard about lemon water before. You probably dismissed it as one of those trendy things. But here's what most people don't know and what the research has confirmed specifically for older adults. Lemon contains a compound called citrate, and citrate is one of the most powerful natural substances your kidneys have for preventing the buildup of mineral deposits and flushing out excess uric acid. Think of your kidney tubules, the tiny filtering channels inside your kidneys, like very fine lace curtains. Over time, mineral crystals and uric acid start to cling to those curtains, reducing how well they filter. Citrate works like a gentle rinse cycle that keeps those curtains clean and clear. A study involving adults over 65 showed that consistent daily citrate intake through lemon juice increased urinary citrate levels by up to 40% within just 3 weeks, measurably reducing the workload on the kidneys. The practical daily use couldn't be easier. Each morning, squeeze half a lemon, just half, into a cup of warm water. Not cold water, because warm water is gentler on digestion, especially first thing in the morning when your stomach is empty. Drink it slowly over about 5 to 10 minutes before your breakfast. If you have acid reflux, use a straw to protect your tooth enamel and always dilute it. Never drink lemon juice straight. It costs almost nothing. 1 lemon lasts you 2 mornings. And within 14 to 21 days, many of my patients report feeling less bloated, more consistent energy in the afternoons, and less of that vague heaviness they'd been carrying around for months. For the rest of the day, you can add a squeeze of lemon to your water glass at lunch, add it to warm herbal tea in the evening, or squeeze it over steamed vegetables at dinner. The cumulative effect is what matters. Small, consistent, gentle, daily support for a system that quietly does enormous work for you every single hour. The second secret weapon is one that surprises people because it looks so humble. Watermelon. Not watermelon juice from a bottle. Actual, fresh watermelon eaten as a snack in cubes, ideally in the late morning or early afternoon. Here's the myth I want to bust first. Many seniors avoid watermelon because they think it's just sugar and water with no real nutritional value. That is simply not true. Watermelon is approximately 92% water, which makes it one of the most efficient hydrating foods in the world. But it also contains a remarkable amino acid called L-citrulline. And this is where the kidney story gets really interesting. L-citrulline is converted inside your body into another amino acid called arginine, and arginine supports healthy blood flow directly to the kidneys. Think of your kidneys as a water treatment plant in a city. For that plant to do its job, it needs a strong, steady water supply flowing in. If the pipes delivering water to the plant are narrow or sluggish, the plant can't process waste efficiently no matter how hard it tries. L-citrulline is essentially what keeps those pipes wide open and flowing well. It supports nitric oxide production in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is the body's natural way of keeping blood vessels relaxed and flexible. And for seniors whose blood vessels have naturally lost some of their elasticity over the decades, this is genuinely important. A study involving adults over 65 showed that regular watermelon consumption measurably improved renal blood flow markers within 4 weeks. Practically, 2 cups of fresh watermelon, roughly 300 grams, eaten as a mid-morning or afternoon snack is the sweet spot. It's easy to chew, easy to digest, and requires no preparation. For those watching blood sugar levels, the actual glycemic load of watermelon in a 2-cup serving is much lower than people assume, around 5 grams of net sugar when accounting for the high water content. So it is very manageable for most seniors, including those with mild blood sugar concerns. If you're on diuretic medication, just check with your doctor first, because watermelon's natural diuretic effect combined with a prescribed diuretic can occasionally need monitoring. Add it to your breakfast plate a few times a week. Enjoy it as your afternoon snack in place of crackers or biscuits, or blend it with a few mint leaves and drink it cold as a refreshing afternoon treat. It's inexpensive, widely available, and one of the gentlest kidney-supporting foods your body can receive. The third one surprises almost everyone, and that is dandelion leaf tea. Yes, the plant many of us spent years pulling out of our gardens. It turns out that dandelion leaf, specifically the leaf, not the root, has been studied extensively as a kidney tonic and natural diuretic, but in the gentlest, safest possible way. Here's the crucial difference between dandelion leaf tea and commercial diuretics or even black tea and coffee. Most diuretics, including caffeine, work by forcing your kidneys to push out fluid without replacing minerals, which means over time they can actually deplete your potassium and strain the very organ you're trying to support. Dandelion leaf works differently. It's what researchers call a potassium-sparing diuretic, meaning it helps your kidneys release excess fluid and flush waste while simultaneously delivering potassium back to your body. Think of it like a delivery truck that doesn't just pick up packages from your house, it also drops off supplies while it's there. That two-way exchange is what makes it exceptional for seniors specifically. 1 cup of dandelion leaf tea contains roughly 170 milligrams of potassium, which is genuinely meaningful, especially for seniors whose potassium intake tends to decline naturally as appetite changes. A study involving adults over 65 showed that 2 cups of dandelion leaf tea daily over a 3-week period produced a measurable increase in urination frequency and volume, a sign the kidneys are actively flushing waste without any corresponding drop in electrolyte levels. That is a remarkable finding. For daily practical use, 1 cup in the mid-morning and 1 cup in the early afternoon works beautifully. Do not drink it in the evening because it will disrupt your sleep. It has a slightly earthy, mild taste. Some of my patients compare it to a light green tea. You can add a thin slice of fresh lemon to it, which combines beautifully with everything we've already discussed. Or a small drizzle of honey if you prefer it a little sweeter. Dandelion leaf tea bags are available in most health food shops and many supermarkets, usually very inexpensively. A month's supply typically costs less than £5 or $5. Important note, if you are on blood thinners, lithium, or certain antibiotics, please check with your pharmacist before starting dandelion tea. For most seniors, however, it is one of the safest, gentlest, and most underutilized tools for kidney support available. Now, here is the timing secret that almost no one talks about, and this is the part that surprises nearly every one of my patients when I explain it to them. For years, we believed that staying well hydrated simply meant drinking 8 glasses of water throughout the day, distributed evenly. But research now shows that for kidney health specifically, timing your hydration has a measurable impact on how efficiently your kidneys can process and filter waste. Your kidneys do the majority of their deepest filtration and repair work between the hours of 5 in the morning and 7 in the morning. This aligns with your body's natural cortisol peak and your highest natural blood pressure point of the day, both of which drive filtration pressure through the kidney tubules. What this means practically is that drinking your lemon water first thing in the morning before you've had coffee or juice or anything else is not just a nice habit. It is strategically timed to give your kidneys exactly the fluid and citrate support they need precisely when their filtration activity is naturally highest. Similarly, drinking a cup of dandelion tea in the mid-morning when you might be doing light household tasks or sitting in the garden supports the second phase of your kidney's daily filtration cycle. And eating your watermelon in the late morning or early afternoon aligns with the period when your body's fluid processing is most efficient. This connects directly to your daily life in a simple way. If you go for a morning walk, drink your lemon water before you leave and have your watermelon snack when you return. If you do like gardening, the dandelion tea mid-morning becomes a natural rest break. These aren't complicated additions to your day. They slot naturally into what you're already doing. Let me give you the specific daily framework so this is completely clear. Begin each morning with half a lemon squeezed into a cup of warm water. Drink it slowly before breakfast every single day. On 3 to 4 mornings per week, add 2 cups of fresh watermelon to your breakfast plate or enjoy it as your mid-morning snack. Prepare 1 cup of dandelion leaf tea mid-morning and another in the early afternoon every day except days when you know you'll be out and unable to access a bathroom conveniently. Most of my patients notice the first clear changes within 14 to 21 days. Better energy in the afternoon, less ankle swelling, more consistent sleep, and a general feeling of lightness and clarity that many of them hadn't realized they were missing. If you weigh around 150 pounds, the total additional fluid from these 3 remedies adds approximately 500 milliliters to your daily intake. That is a very manageable, gentle increase that won't overwhelm your system or send you running to the bathroom every 20 minutes. The total cost per week for all three is usually under $3 to $4 a pound, which makes this genuinely accessible for everyone. No supplements, no powders, nothing complicated to measure or order online. Think of it exactly like taking a daily vitamin, a small, consistent, effortless daily habit that builds quietly into meaningful protection over weeks and months. Now, here is one final thing I want to share with you because it genuinely makes all three of these remedies more effective, and it requires absolutely nothing extra from you if you're already doing it. Movement, even light movement, increases kidney filtration rate by improving blood circulation throughout your whole body, including the renal arteries that feed directly into your kidneys. What researchers call a synergistic effect occurs when you combine gentle daily movement with kidney supportive hydration. That means the lemon water, the watermelon, and the dandelion tea all work measurably better when paired with even a 15-minute gentle walk, some light gardening, or a few minutes of seated chair stretches. You do not need a gym. You do not need any special equipment. You do not need to push yourself or break a sweat. The movement simply needs to be enough to get your circulation moving, enough to raise your heart rate gently for 10 to 15 minutes. That increased circulation means more blood flowing through your kidneys per minute, which means they can filter waste more efficiently. And the kidney-supporting compounds from your lemon, watermelon, and dandelion tea reach the renal tissue faster and in higher concentrations. Many of my patients combine their morning lemon water with a short 10-minute walk after breakfast, and their dandelion tea becomes a rest break after a gentle session in the garden. The habit pairing is simple, natural, and the results compound beautifully over time. Before I go, I want to ask you something, and I truly want to hear your answer. What is the one drink or food habit you've been relying on for years that you've recently started wondering about? So many of my patients have told me that this video was the first time anyone had explained the kidney connection clearly without making them feel frightened or overwhelmed. Leave your answer in the comments below. I read every single comment, and I often use your questions and stories to guide future videos. If this information helped you today, please share this video with someone you care about, a spouse, a sibling, a friend who might be drinking that same trusted juice every morning without knowing what it's quietly doing. You sharing this video could genuinely make a difference for someone who needs it. Until next time, take good care of yourself, and remember, your body is always ready to respond when you give it the right support.